I'm big on saving money. So let's say I wanted to teach you guys a lesson because you guys are graduating, and I tell you, look, Rodriguez, I know you guys don't save money right now. If I were to give you $500, you'd want to go spend it on some new Air Jordans or whatever you want to spend it on. You save money already? Yeah. Okay, that's awesome, and I applaud you because you're way ahead of me when I was your age. It was hard for me to save money, but at this point in my life, I'm able to save money. I discipline myself. It's one of the hardest disciplines in life that you'll ever accomplish if you're able to do it. It's very tough to save money, to overcome the temptation when you have a bunch of money in your hand to not spend it. But once you get in the groove, it's pretty awesome because the more you have, you can just start investing and making real money. But let's just say for some of the graduates here, Chang, Martinez, Rodriguez, and Franco, let's say as a graduation gift, I say, I'm going to give you $500 as your graduation gift. But you have to keep the $500 and not spend it, and you got to let me have it, and in 4 years, you're going to come back and get it. And every year, it's going to grow 10%. Okay? So here's what I'm going to give you $500. Write this down on the piece of paper. Yeah, no guide, but on a blank sheet of paper. So right now you have a blank sheet of paper. Phone away, or turn off, please. Go to first year. So for a whole year, I keep the $500, and I tell you, if you let me keep it, I'm going to allow it to grow 10% each year for as long as you want. And you come back and get the money. So after the first year, how much money will you get from me? How'd you get 50? So notice, the second year, right? Going to write second year. I'm going to take 10% of 500 and tack it on. So what is 10% of 500? Look at, we just did a warm-up problem with percent. Look at 10%. What does percent mean again, Castellana? Look at 10 out of 100 equals what out of 500? I'm going to figure out what 10% is, and I'm going to tack it on. And I'm going to give that to you. Give me a second. All right. So second year, you come back for your cash. I say I'm going to give you 10% every single year of what's in the bank, whatever's in the bank. So right now, 500 in the bank. Second year, come back. I'm going to add 10%. So let's see, what is 10% of 500? So let's see, so that's 5,000 equals 100x, right? Divide by 100, so x is equal to 50. If I divide by 100, it's going to be x equal 50. So $50. So that means the second year, your money grew by 10%. You get 550 from Mr. Munguia. You guys see that? What about third year? Third year, I'm going to give you 10% of 550 now, not the 500. What's 10% of 550? Well, let me set it up. X over 550 equals 10 out of 100, right? Then I cross multiply. Notice how the total now is not 500. It grew to 550. I'm going to give you 10% of the 550 and tack that on. This is called compound interest. And certain bank accounts will do that for you. But they won't just compound it once a year. They'll compound it maybe semi-annually, like twice a year. Quarterly, 4 times a year, they'll compound it. And we're going to get into those kinds of accounts. But let's see, the third year will be, 550 times 10 will be 5500 equals 100x. So I'll divide by 100 to get, right now I'm calculating 10% of 550. So x equals $55. So the third year, you come back for your money. What's 550 plus $55? $605 already. Look at it, it grew. Just by leaving it with me each year, it's growing 10% from the previous year. I got $605. So far, so good. Okay? Now, What's actually going on is it's an exponential function. And you guys are already used to exponential functions. This compound interest, the percent of interest, the way the money is growing is an exponential growth function. Get out your note guide that I just gave you and go to the middle of the first page. It looks like this. So everybody get this paper out. It's in the middle. All right. Stay with me now. Watch. Look at this function. Y equals a times 1 plus r to the t power. What I was doing with the money that I lent you right now, you seniors, every single year I had to calculate, look at the 10% and tack it on and do all the part to whole, this stuff. The shortcut would have been to just create a function, an exponential function, and it'll calculate for me right away whatever year I want. If you want to know how much money you're going to have the 6th year or the 7th year, there's a quicker way to do it, and it's using this exponential growth function. Okay, watch this. The final amount, going to write, so where it says notes here, the final amount, y equals, what was the initial amount that I said I'm going to give you for your gift? $500. So look at, go and put an arrow on A, and go and write $500. Put parenthesis. I'm going to put 1 plus, look at, what does R represent? It says the rate, it's on your note guide, the rate of growth in decimal form. What percent was I giving you every year? 10%. So but they want it in, look at it, says decimal form. How do you write 10% as a decimal? I'll give you an extra stamp. How would you write 10% as a decimal? By 100, huh? Look at So this goes to, look at it, goes over to the left. Right, it's just 0.10, which is 0.10. So to convert it as percent, just move over the decimal to the left twice, and then you have a decimal form. So this means 10%. So look at what I'm going to do. 1 plus, look at R. R goes right there. I'm going to put 0.10. I'll close the parentheses, and then I'll put T for time. So the percent is always expressed as a decimal. The initial amount is always right here where A is, and you always put the 1 plus, because 1 means 100% plus whatever percent you are adding to it. And let me show you how this works. So underneath here, you still have some room. Pick up all the space right here. You're going to add this table here real quick. Add this table. Just add to the list. Right, so this table right here in front of you, go ahead and put it underneath this on your note guide. Put it underneath right here. So put it all in this space here. So give me a table right here that looks like this. But just go 4 rows. I went like, let's see, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I went 6 rows. Just give me like 4 rows right now. Yeah, a new table. This is a new table now. Where look at the first column is T, the middle column is balance, and the third one is years. So give me this table underneath here, Rivetta. So on your note guide, you wrote y is equal to 500 times 1 plus the rate to the t's power. Give me the table underneath there. I got T, I got balance, and I got years. So put that underneath the equation for me. I'll give you about a minute. Go ahead and copy that down. Nice and neatly. Our famous calculator that we always use that's so useful, Desmos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the function of the $500 that I lent all the graduates here. Watch. I'm going to type this out. Just watch me do it. You don't have to do it on your own. Watch me do it. I'm going to type 500 parenthesis 1 plus 0.10 to the teeth power. The teeth power. Just this. Look at. I'm going to type all this garbage in right here. Just this part. Watch. Watch me do it. Because you'll be doing this later on tomorrow. Watch. 500 parentheses 1 plus 0.10. I'll close a parenthesis, and now I want to put a to the bth power here. And I'll put t here. I'll just put, well, before I even put it, watch this now. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the zero power. Do you guys remember from last week, anything to the zero power? What does it become if it's to the zero power? Anything to the zero power is what? From last week, we're playing quizzes. 1. So look at 1 plus 0.10. If I do that, look at what's in the parenthesis here. 1 plus 1.0 to the zero power will be 1. So it'll just be 500 times 1, which is just 500. That's our first year. So going back to your table, the first year is going to be, watch this now, t is equal to 0 on your table. So the first year, year 1, at 1 year, t is 0 at 1 year. Your balance is $500, Rodriguez. Stay with me so I can give you that 500. I want you to graduate. At year 2, going to write 2 years. What will t equal be? What will t then be? T is going to equal to 1. Watch. Look at the second year. Watch me use Desmos. I'm going to replace t with 1. Watch this. I got it right here. Instead of 0, I'm going to replace 0 with 1. Watch. Look at the balance. 1. The 1 power. Look at, there it is, the second year. $550. Notice. We're doing compound interest, gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Compound interest. All right. Well, if you don't pay us today, we're going to have to add compound.
So 550. Look at that. $550 after the first year. How about when t is 2? Notice how when t is 2, that's actually the third year. Do that with me, please. So whatever t is, it means the year above it. So when t is 2, it means third year. When t is 1, it means the second year. Let's go back. I'm going to replace t with 2. Check it out. I got Desmos. Rivera, Casaron, you with me? I'm going to erase the 1 exponent and replace it with 2. How much money will be after 3 years? Watch this. I'm replacing t with 2. There it is, $605. Do that with me. 605. We good? I'll do one more year for us since you guys are, it seems like you guys are getting the picture. So, I'll replace t with 3 now. T with 3. T is 3. $665.50. Because I'm taking 10% of the previous year. I'm now taking 10% of 605, and I get $665.50 now. In other words, year 4 is the 10% of what I had in the bank at year 3. Every year is compounded from the previous year. 10% of 605, I added that. 10% of 550, I added to year 3, and so on. So this is the way money grows with compound interest. And you can start making some serious cash if you're just able to refrain from spending. Now, A means initial amount, R means rate of growth, Y means your final amount, T means time. What you're going to do now, we're done with our notes. That's it. Simple note session. What you're going to do now is grab your Chromebook and first take a brain break.